Right, everybody. If you can hear my voice, I'd like to just say welcome to the channel. The second part of this is there's been a lot of controversy around a guy called DrDisrespect, who is a streamer that I follow. There was some inappropriate things going on with him and minors, and now we actually have a live stream today. It's happening right now for DrDisrespect, and his version, he's an accumulation of what the whole thing is, and now he's back streaming, which is great. We like DrDisrespect. He's got a good opinion on everything. Now some of this I haven't watched, but I got about sort of 30 minutes in, so this is my sort of raw, oh, this is happening video about what's going on with DrDisrespect. So I wanted to just see what he has to say on here. This is part of his live stream. I might have to turn the volume down a little bit so you guys can hear me as well. But let's see what the guy has to say about this whole thing. Wait, Doc, hang on. He's coming through the door. Got him. Let's check it out. Let's see what.
Dark alleyways is where they're gonna find us.
Not me.
The next game is what we're going to get into.
Let's see.
The next play, it's going to be a dominating one. The next snipe, 360 minimum. The next victory,
Okay.
celebration time.
Okay, so he's sort of still introing at the moment. He's a very, very tall man. 6 foot something or other. Well over 6 feet. And I'm 6 foot tall, and I think I'm tall. But there has been a lot of... because he actually took some time off away from streaming because of all this happening. And I want to hear what the guy's got to say. Now, some of the stuff I did hear was actually got to do with the inner workings of Twitch. And some of the people who do follow reporting and all that kind of stuff. Sorry, I get distracted by how loud that is. It's still sort of intro. It's still introing here a little bit, sorry. And so I think in the part of the I caught the live stream where he was talking about the inner workings of what was happening at Twitch. Now I'm actually a Twitch affiliate, so if this is all comes out to be true, I'm ditching Twitch. Ditch the Twitch could be the whole reasoning, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to what he says at the start. Now I know he does really great intros, and I don't know who does them. I think they're fucking great. But I did hear about him firing a guy. There's the whole thing with this Midnight Society stuff going on too, which doesn't seem very favourable. But he's a great player. He's very emotional. He's got a half decent moustache. Almost as good as mine, but you know, whatever. They just grow on us when we start watching him. So let's just see what he's got going on. Let's just see what he's got to say. Whoa, that's a great shot. Whoever cuts his clips is great, but I use Opus clips, so just in case you are watching this Opus clip, you need to sponsor this stream or this video channel if you want to. Let's see. Doc is back. What's the first thing that's going to happen? It's probably going to be something ridiculous. But his intros are great. Right, okay. There's a lot of stuff here. Okay, let's see what happens. Here we go. He's flying. Where's he going? Funny. Doesn't look phased at all. Right, okay, he's landing, he's here. He's landed. Doc is in the arena. And we're going to learn the truth.
Rough landing.
You better tell him to slow down.
Oh, baby, 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 the name.
Let's turn him up a little bit here.
Doctor. Disrespect. And you're looking
The
at
echo I can hear.
back-to-back 1993, 1994
Let's see.
blockbuster video game champion and true international video gaming superstar, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's he talking to?
It's a goddamn
The
snooze fest.
helicopter pilot? I don't think I can hear him through the glass.
Don't be shy. Oh, it's been a long time, champs. De la vacación with mi familia was increíble. But we're back from vacation, and we're getting locked in, doing what we do best. That's put on a show and look good doing it. By the way,
I don't know the inner workings of Twitch. I'm just sitting here thinking, you probably hear me talking to myself here. But I don't know about the inner workings of Twitch actually. Even though I sort of really don't know. I haven't used Twitch in over a year. In actual fact, that's nice. Oh, aye, the boss is here. You built a new arena? Nice. That's new. Oh, there you are.
Brand new state-of-the-art transport system. Inspired by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Running Man. It works pretty well. A little tight, a little claustrophobic. Nonetheless, champs.
See ya.
Entrance into the arena. Oh, take a look around. I put a lot of money, my own money, invested into this facility. It's taken months and months. Hold on, I gotta go.
He's going up another level? There's no up a level there. Shouldn't that be going down? It's interesting. You've got to go up to get to the bar. Okay, you go up to get to the bar then. Alright. Bar must be above that open area.
VIP lounge.
Nice.
Currently,
He's got no
potentially could be
socks
closed
on.
down. Temporarily.
Why have you got no socks on?
Well, we'll get it all
So
activated.
the doctor
We'll
would
open
have
these
like a
doors just
pair
for
of
you
fucking
Champions
socks
Club
on. Or
members
some
real
red and
soon.
black ones at least.
Nonetheless, take a look. Look what's waiting for you.
That's alright.
Cocktails,
Looks nice.
black on slate black blazers, jars of Vaseline, bow ties, and nothing but...
See, we went through the door then. That's funny. I think he was saying the part that I caught. He did say he's having to do a lot of the stuff himself now, so some of the transitions and stuff he's struggling with his head. Oh, right, of course, he just zaps out of the...
Shit. Gotta watch out for that thing, man.
Okay.
What was I talking about? Oh, where are we? I'm in the lobby. So when you walk in through the front entrance of the arena, this is the first place you step into. And it's pretty incredible, isn't it? This is where you can kick your feet up, grab some popcorn, multiple big screens inside the lobby, check in, do what you need to do to get ready for the show. And
So what's our take on this whole
we're
thing?
gonna put on a
Was
show.
he... I mean, he's been away for quite some time now, so... Forget. I think we reversed that graphic and make him go down.
As a Champions Club member,
We get it, Doc.
this is one of the best
Promotions.
spots inside of the arena. Or shall I say outside? I'm talking about the infinity pool.
The infinity pool. It's nice.
Put on your Speedos, do a coffin. If you don't know what a coffin is, oh boy, you can impress your friends with the biggest splash imaginable. Basically, all you got to do is jump off the diving board, lean back, cover your eyes, and just kind of arc your lower back just a little bit. Right, it gets that proper... Shit.
We're rotating. Gotta rotate now. Way to go. Oh my god. The news! He always has the best music ever.
It is heated.
Why
am I so orange? I mean,
You know, orange,
I didn't
red.
get a fake tan. This thing's real. Okay? This thing's real.
Which way would I look if I was looking towards dark right now?
We're just dipping our toes in the water.
Just for fun.
Huh? Let's wake up!
Right, let's see. Let's see what the guy's got to say. What's up, Doc? Let's go.
We've got to wake up.
Boardroom meeting right now.
What has been happening in the video gaming scene, champs?
Nothing that you care about. Trust me.
Doc, what games we playing today? I got Black Ops 6 beta lined up. I don't know anything about it.
Not buying it. Nope. Not buying it, Doc. Sorry. Can't. I just can't do it.
I don't know anything about it.
Me neither. I ain't playing. Trash. Zippity-doo-dah music. Zippity-doo-dah motion. I don't want to get spoiled around
Doc?
shot night.
Jump on Wordle? God, man. On a day like this, why would I entertain the idea of playing Minimize the Chat?
Why did Wordle pop up? I didn't know he played Wordle. No. I think you need to talk about what's going on, Doc. To be fair, come on. Give the people what they want.
Elephant in the room, Doc. We're waiting.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
god. It's the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the thing I've ever.
Just relax, man.
2 times fast. Alright, everybody. Let's to keep you.
Breed of people out there, huh, champs? Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me play my damn Wordle. You might want to address that, okay?
That guy's annoying. We should fire him.
I will. Mr. Crump with the $10 donation. Give it back, my duck! I'm gonna get to the donations in a bit. Stop, guys. No.
One more time yet? Okay.
Let me play Wordle first.
Yeah, let him get his word out of the way. For God's sake. Right, okay, Doc, what we got? 5 words. 5 letter words. Come on, get it together. Lock in, baby.
Should we be in?
Lock in.
Agile.
Yes.
It's gotta be it, right?
Bang. The E.
I'm jumping right in, man. I haven't played a video game in a long time. It's been a couple months. You know? It's been a couple months.
Mm-hmm. You've been on vacation for a while.
Just absolutely removed from social media and from the industry. And I'm telling you, you talk about just an uplifting, feel-good scenario. Welcome back, two-time. You look rested, says Knuckles with a $5 donation. Oh, man, are we rested. We did some, man, a lot of camping, hiking, swimming.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things, man, champs. Spearfishing. Woo!
Gotta keep the 2-time in good shape.
Like I said, vacation was good.
Vacation was good.
Well needed. There's no way I'm going to keep up with these donations. I especially when I'm trying to do Wordle.
No. Evade? Might be evade.
Get strat
Which one is?
drend
You can tell he's been off for a while. Get it together. Come on. Come on. Spit it out. Spit it out.
Erode. It's gonna give me some info.
Boom.
Remember, I gotta guess this word within the first 3 in order to get some points. Resty. Okay.
So we got
All right, you get the 3. All right, how many points? I forgot. What's the points?
He's been away for a while.
Reppy, refer. Huh? Oh! There are 2 R's though, man. I knew it.
2 R's, yeah. Okay. Referee?
Rear.
No.
Refer.
But that R is in the wrong position.
There you are. No, it's not.
No, it's
Ready.
just no R's.
A's already gone.
I'll scroll up and see.
Doc, they took away our memberships. We'll get into it.
Memberships were taken away. What? Holy moly, that's not good.
Come on!
Boom! Got it.
I mean,
Rerun.
you guys get the point. See, the whole goal is to get it within the first 3. Right, champs? You get your points. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. First 1 to 30 wins a lot of cash. Just remember that. That's how that game's played. That's how that game's played.
Very good, WORDLE. $30 donation, man. Lock it up, Doc. What's on your mind, buddy? What's on your mind?
Yeah, just keep ignoring the issue and putting up this act. God, I'm so concerned and worried about everyone else's problems except mine because I'm dealing with a deeper depression and I like to project.
Oh, champs. A lot of people donating. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. You know? Are you nervous to be back?
I don't be nervous at all.
After what's transpired over the last couple months, am I excited to be back to this type of world? God.
No.
Man.
Shit. What a mess. He looks a mess already. He looks already upset. Let's see.
So glad you're back. Hey, I appreciate it, Shane. It's good to be back to a certain
degree.
degree.
A lot of people who are
right. We got to figure out this monetization thing. So September 25th.
Monetization that took off. Yeah. Fuck.
Is basically when we can reapply for partnership on YouTube. You know.
YouTube. Okay.
People ask, like, do I? Now that you're not getting monetized, you're not going to be streaming ever again, or you're on YouTube, are you? I'm. There's an opportunity to reapply. Right? September 25th is the date. So in the meantime...
No big deal. No big deal.
We'll do what we need to do.
Yep.
I enjoy my time here on YouTube. You know, we've built a nice, strong community for years.
This is where we started. 16 years ago?
Wow, that's a long time to be.
2008, I think.
To be doing that. Wow.
You know?
That's when I came to America.
I like my time here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the community. We've got the best, realest gaming community, right? The Champions Club. And we've built it on this platform, and if there's an opportunity to reapply for a partnership, and there's a date that's been presented to us, then I'm going to take it.
Take it.
In the meantime, like we always done,
just keep
we've always
rolling.
stayed in our lane.
Just keep rolling.
We'll stay in our lane and continue to just put on a show. You know? For almost 4 years, champs, the public demanded to hear from the doc regarding the Twitch suspension.
Oh, here we go.
I guess since you all missed the point with my personal statement, maybe it's time to tell my side of the story.
Yes.
Huh, champs?
Yep. Tell it to
See,
me,
there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know. But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. And again, champs, I respected all the confidential obligations.
Which you should do, because it's legal
but
now.
Apparently Twitch's own disgruntled employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later. Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020. I mean, for what? Cody? Why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies about the two-time? Did you not know the repercussions of accusing me, Cody Connors? You see, you don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whisper's messages.
This is what we heard.
Do you even know what the legal definition of sexting is?
Uh-oh.
I do. And yeah, I used Twitch's Whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs.
Wow.
When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages?
Probably
you
not.
didn't.
No, probably not.
Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but you're wrong. Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. These big-time publications, these journalists, these various outlets are sort of just gossip channels now. Don't you think, champs? They act like they're just gossip channels now, without any real journalism and real research happening. They reported on all this based on leaks from 2 former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team.
Trust and safety
If
team.
these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth. But apparently that's just too much to ask. If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, 1, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting.
Uh-oh.
And 2, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM.
Yet they still
I'll say
banned
it
him.
again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened. I even used the word inappropriate, purposely. And look at how it was defined by everyone, champs. Huh? Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual
They're going
bantering with
through-
inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, how would each of you look if all of your private DMs, your text messages, your chats were looked at, dissected, and taken out of context by someone who's deliberately trying to find something inappropriate in those words? And this is not a situation where a victim publicly accuses someone of wrongdoing. That never happened here. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal. You see, I engage with my community. I engage with other streamers. And through Twitch Whispers, I communicate with Twitch users. Conversations that consisted of a variety of playing games and gaming politics, content creation, random stuff. This was the extent of my whispers with this Twitch user. On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged whispers with the Twitch user. And I say ex.
But he's been
partner
doing that
manager
for ages
because
anyway.
For years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years. I'm talking no front page love. You're talking about the face of the platform, right? Literally. The face of the platform. And I know Champions Club remembers this. We got zero front page love on the website. He was never on my channel. He didn't follow me on Twitter. He wouldn't even inform us about Twitch rival tournaments. We're talking about the 2-time Twitch rival tournament. Oh, I'm sorry. Would you want to play in it? We got zero support from this guy. And it was just so obvious that he carried a grudge against the 2-time. So after we signed with Twitch in 2019, we asked for a new partner manager. And just a few months later, that ex-Twitch partner manager is directly involved with getting me banned. Coincidence?
No. Well, look, yeah, that's
The Twitch
it.
user
They're
tells the
a thing.
ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. But this ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch, even though the user told him clearly that we never physically met anywhere and that no photographs were exchanged. On June 24th, 2020, Twitch's Special Operations Team receives and reviews the user's report.
Uh-oh.
They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team.
Still went there, though. Wow. That's a huge
That would have been the end.
legal case. That's
That
a
should have been the
huge
end.
legal case for him. Right. Okay. So let's just interrupt Doc here for a second. That seems like a huge legal case. So if there was any messages sent from their legal team to their anti-sexual behavior team at Twitch, and he sues them for this, for defaming him and making false allegations anywhere, you can get all those documents back. You can subpoena all those records. You can subpoena all of that. So that's the first thing I would definitely be doing. I'm like, I'm going to sue you for breach of contract, essentially, is what they've done. Not necessarily breach of contract, it's also a breach of an agreement they had that this would not be spoken about, and then somebody else can, and one of their employees 2 years later spoke about it, and, it's all done and dusted. He shouldn't be doing that. So now, the DrDisrespect, he's got his fucking eye in there, and I think that's why he's releasing this statement. So that realistically, he should never have been banned in the first place from what he's saying. Never. They didn't meet up, they didn't exchange any photographs of each other, he just talked to her, whatever it was. But it also seems that there's a bit of what would be the best way to explain it? A bit of underhandedness and backstabbing about this from Twitch to obviously this ex-employee of his, this ex-manager who didn't do anything and just tried to, stitch him up. Apparently, that's what it seems like. I don't know who that is. And then he coerced the young girl into saying, yeah, I want to continue this, but I don't want to go to legal. I just want to get him banned. But if you're going to go try and get him banned, you've got to go through legal. Realistically. Or you've got to go through the reporting team. And if that geezer's coercing people on that team who we might know at Twitch, that's conspiracy. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of buying what he's saying. Like, if he's never physically met up with the girl, then I don't know. But for him to get banned over something that their own squad, their own team of sexual misconduct team, should we call it, they said, no, he's fine. Why didn't they just then reinstate him straight away? Why did they keep him banned? That's what I would want to know. Let's see what else happens.
But that partner manager.
The partner manager.
Oh boy, did he had it out. He had it out for the two-time.
It seems like
he finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do?
Right, no further action needed.
He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team. He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team.
Yeah, that's malice.
So a day later, on June 25th, the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the Whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. Let me just remind you, I went through a multi-year, big-time arbitration, okay? And, you discover a lot of stuff. Mind you, this director is on vacation at that time.
Okay, so this has been escalated up the chain of command, so to speak, even from an external source like that, which I think is probably the worst part of this. Like, one of DrDisrespect's ex-crew has escalated this to somebody within Twitch. So there, it's like the person who worked for him shouldn't be. Is that the same person? I don't know. But now they're talking to the director about it, and the director can't see the actual. Well, they should have come from the director, really. But let's see what else he says here.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the Whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour, This LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch.
Right. Now, we did go back to, it was talking about actually arbitration, and that's actually a physical part of lawsuits. I've got a book, it's a learning about law book, and it actually covers arbitration in there, and that's where all the information is submitted and somebody else makes the decision. And then you have to go and mediate that in the court. So that is actual real thing, arbitration. But let's continue.
Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh?
I don't know what the NCMEC is.
The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what?
Oh, fuck. Okay.
As far as I know, and over 4 years have passed.
Right, so that must mean that Twitch are trying to make DrDisrespect look like a paedophile. That's a huge allegation. And if they have no proof, and this analyst and ex-team manager or whatever this guy was who worked for him, they've coerced that and changed those documents, or coerced a minor, not even just that, coercing a minor into legal action, that's I would be suing these guys for sure.
They didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know...
Let's go back a second here, where he's talking about this. Let's just go back a second here.
You know, you discover a lot of stuff.
You do discover a lot of stuff in
Mind you, this
arbitration.
director is on vacation at that time.
Right, so this guy's out.
The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the whisper messages to this director.
And those are probably from that director and that little girl, whoever the girl who was, whoever it was. They probably sent just us, hey, just look at these ones and send these ones to the director. So this analyst might be just a pawn in all this big game that's going on around this. Interesting.
Now, if you do this, you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate.
This is true. Text message
even when they aren't.
Text message can be
Within
like
less
that.
than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC. You guys all read those little articles, huh? The NCMEC. Twitch submits that report. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Guess what?
Missing and exploited
as far as I
children,
know, and over 4 years have passed. They didn't do anything with the report. As far as I know, they didn't escalate Twitch's report to law enforcement. Mind you, the same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting.
Ooh, so that's what it is. That's the big thing. The internal messages. If I was DrDisrespect, I would be subpoenaing those internal records right there, because if the internal records say, hey, this is not sexting, this is not classified, this is all completely fine, he should have been reinstated straight away, essentially, and then it should have stopped right there. No, stopped right there. Internal report, boom, stopped. Reinstate the guy. Right? How crazy is that?
The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me, while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me, while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received.
Oh my God. So they did nothing to try and cover the person who the whispers were sent to, the person who interviewed the minor. No, they probably didn't even interview the minor. The person, the ex-manager, has influenced this fucking legal analyst, this sexual orientation, this analyst who's reported to the director. That's coercion. That's grade A coercion as far as I see. You can't malice somebody like that. All right, let me go back here. I'm sure I heard this right here.
Child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were legal in any way. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitting that they never investigated the age of consent in the jurisdiction where the user's messages were sent and received.
Right. So that's really, really bad. So Twitch did nothing but just ban him, because that's all they want. This looks like this whole thing. I didn't really keep up with too much of this, but this looks like a classic blackball job. All they're trying to do is blackball him so that they don't have to pay out his contract because they're overstepped and give other people multi-million-dollar contracts, and they just didn't want to give him one. And they give him one, and they just want to try and get a way out of it. Is what it sounds like. So they came up with this whole fucking thing because that ex-manager would have had access to the minors' whispers, and then escalated into the legal analyst, then the director, and then nothing else went further out. Nothing else went to the police department and say, hey, this guy's been messing with kids. Apparently from what he's saying is that didn't happen. They didn't escalate. And then they sent that report to the paedophilia people, the CEAS, whatever it was. And they said, no, he's not doing that. So then why would they not send it to the police first? Like, hey, he's been messing with kids, we can prove it. Because there's no proof. It's just malice and hate. So that, to me, seems like a classic blackball job. All they're trying to do is blackball him and get him out of his contract. And they're just fabricating these stories and these images, or, it's all been, sounds to me like it could have been lied about. Excuse me.
Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third party, including the partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
Now, man. You can see how upset he is. Like, didn't even interview him. Didn't even interview the people involved. Like, hey, let me see what was you talking about? Oh, well, this is going to continue.
I'm not going to get into every detail regarding my legal case.
Yeah.
But these former Twitch employees that claim to have firsthand knowledge, they just don't have a clue. They didn't report any facts.
Yeah.
The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal.
Yep.
So then why did Twitch use these messages against me?
Yeah.
Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from
anybody else?
Streamers?
Yeah, from anybody else. Fucking hell.
I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me. Hey, unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry. 6'8", gorgeous,
6'8",
athletic, successful, college degree, college athlete, bourbon business, gaming studio, beautiful family. And trust me, we've worked hard for over a decade to improve as a person, a husband, and father, and to get where we're at today. I mean, I'm in such a good place today. And all these people, they all act like they're just so perfect. I'm not perfect.
Nope. That moustache needs chip. This is terrible. This is such such a big lawsuit for these guys.
Sometimes I do.
I would literally.
But I also didn't do all the shit that they're saying I did.
I would literally
that doesn't
rip
make a
Twitch
story,
apart
right?
for this.
They wanted
Literally.
attention. The media wants controversy. And by sensationalizing all of this with big, inaccurate headlines like sexting and sexually explicit, you all got what you wanted at the expense of the tube time. The reality is, they wanted to cut down the doc. Plain and simple.
Yeah, see, I said it, don't I?
Take a look at some of these horrendous acts of Twitch streamers that were never banned. I've got some examples right here.
Oh, I'm dead.
Example number one.
I'm dead. Hang on. So wait a minute. So they went after Doc, trying to cut him down for I think Twitch, and I haven't streamed on Twitch for a while, everybody, so you have to excuse me. I keep looking over there and I'm talking to somebody else. If Twitch did all this, right, and there's an internal report come from Twitch with all this shitting, Twitch is dead. Twitch is going to die, and it's going to die quick. Like, you can't do that to people. You can't just cut people down like that who we sit there and watch and give money to like that. They'll just move. They move to YouTube. I don't blame him. But now he's going to call out other stuff Twitch has done. And by the sounds of it, what's coming next might be the most controversial part of this whole thing. Because if I think he's going to do what he's going to do, what I think he's going to do, if you know what I mean, he's going to start calling out Twitch for other stuff they've done to other users and yet done nothing about it. I mean, let's just play the VT. Let's just play the VT, see what happens.
A streamer that frequently used the N-word while publicly streaming, which constitutes a violation of Twitch's policies if accompanied by hateful intent.
Right, so racist comments. The N-word is, well, I won't go into that, but you know what he's talking about. So if somebody says that consistently on the stream, that goes against all their policies. And we can actually look at that. If we could bring up their policy and see what it actually says about them to see if what Doc is saying is correct. But there's a lot of that.
Twitch scheduled a meeting with the streamer to ascertain his intent to determine whether his contact was a violation of Twitch's policies, right, ultimately determining
they called
it was not a breach of Twitch's policies. Why wasn't I called to a meeting?
How? Wait a minute. How is saying the N-word on stream not a bannable offence? Isn't it racial slurs you're not allowed to say on Twitch? Because if that's the case, then everybody who's racist can just go and start using Twitch. So anybody who has then now been banned for racial slurs, and they look up that agreement with that Twitch user who uses the N-word, the one his doctor was referring to, they could say, well, you banned me, but you did ban him. You gave him more money by the sounds of things. Watch.
Why wasn't my intent taken into consideration, champs?
Mm-hmm.
Example number 2.
Okay.
Streamer was reported for discussing doing things with deceased animals and discussing pedophilia, all while live streaming. Never suspended, but instead given a multi-million-dollar contract. Example number 3. Streamer was reported for a...
Whoa. So Twitch has not only said it's okay to talk about doing things with dead animals, right, but also glorified it by giving him more money, and glorified it by letting people say the N-word and say racist stuff on stream.
Sexually explicit stream involving children and telling children to send Snapchats of them playing with themselves. Never suspended, but instead, given a multi-million-dollar contract.
Oh, wow, that's bad. They're all out for this guy.
It's so obvious that certain Twitch executives, employees involved had personal biases against the doc.
Wow.
And used all of this as an opportunity to terminate my contract. Go back and...
And here's the other thing too: is you can't terminate his contract for that, and not do that for the others, who by the looks of things are big time Twitch streamers, and they say that this whole Twitch stuff is not all like rigged. This is fucking crazy.
Look at the timing of all this too, huh? The doc's termination lines up with 2 preferable, profitable, and expensive streamers leaving Mixer. As soon as Twitch knew that Mixer had failed, and go look at the timing.
Who left?
These other expensive streamers needed a new streaming platform. So Twitch rushed through its decision to terminate the 2-time.
Yeah, to get them.
You see, I shouldn't even
and made up the stuff.
Twitch. It has affected us on so many levels. Back in 2020 and now in 2024.
It seems wrong, completely wrong to do this. I think
And
we
Cody
should.
Connors, I just have to say it again. Why would you do this? Like I said, this was handled professionally years ago. No fucking wrongdoing. But because of you, Cody,
and actually, if this dispute that they've had is been concluded this far away, there's no statute of limitations. I don't think. I mean, pointed out if I'm wrong, there's no statute of limitations on the closure of a contract. So even though they've both said, okay, this is the decision, no harm, no foul kind of thing from what he's saying, now they've talked about it. Twitch has just opened themselves up to an internal investigation and an internal investigation from the police, because that's defamation of character is the first one. You know what I mean? Not to mention the fact that they could open themselves up to coercion of a minor, even the involvement of a minor. But from what he's saying, they wasn't even a minor. Unbelievable.
we just lost. Fuck, man. Unfortunately, we have to lay off people from Midnight Society.
Oh. He's put a lot of work into that.
Because of you, Cody.
He's upset, like you can tell he's upset. Quite fairly too, I would imagine, if you had to get put through all that.
You know, through all this, we are where we are.
Yep.
And like a fucking man, I'll accept it. What I don't accept is sitting quietly by and let these idiots attack me with false accusations. No. For all these doc haters out there too, oh man. The ones that project and project and project and project.
We're not doc haters over here.
Right? I can't understand that mindset. I could care less. We've always stayed in our lane. But somehow, some way, these people, they just get in our lane. For all you doc haters,
do they want to be
dissect all of this and still find a way to publicly criticize me. Do what you need to do.
They probably want to be Dr.
I'll say
Disrespect
this
and
isn't
have
for
the
you.
fame.
This was for my team today, my community, my friends, la familia that have supported me. And I'm not denying the exchange of whispers, champs. I'm not denying that to all of you out there. It looks bad.
With other people,
I have no way of knowing if the Twitch user thought
talking about games,
whispers was inappropriate. If it was, I apologize. All I know is that I never did what Twitch, Cody Connors, or the public is claiming that I did. That's it. I'm not saying anything more about any of this, right? Unless I need to, because trust me, I have more I haven't disclosed.
So stay tuned. If I'm by the sound, if
I
I'm
just
by
want
the
to
looks
get
of
back
things.
to what we do best. Put on a show. And climb our way to the tippity top of the mountain, man. In our own lane.
The other thing too is that I would really sort of, if I was Dr. Disrespect, I would really take a very hard look at his inner circle, if I'm being honest. Like some of his core people who he cannot trust, who haven't been supportive of him. Like even other streamers who have said, I'm not down, I think he should start cutting ties. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, I love you, but like you don't support me through this. I don't know. You know, I would really sort of, look at his streaming posse too, because they all egg each other on to do crazy shit too. But if somebody's over their age of consent and they send solicit messages to somebody else, that's not illegal. You know, from what he's saying, where she sent him, it's legal age of consent, whatever that might be. I'm sorry, but I feel kind of bad. You know what I mean? That's terrible. But I would definitely go. Obviously, he's got lawyers already, and obviously because of that, he's made this statement. So I would definitely go after him because of all this, for sure. Anyway, but so that's the end of today's video, and just wish the Dr. Disrespect all the best. We're going to start following me, and keep up with to date what's going on here, because I don't think it's fair these geezers being treated like this, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people who are getting treated like this and getting, he's quite visually through this whole thing. He's been actually quite horrible, like quite upset. You know what I mean? Even look at that. I'd be in tears too. Like even just talking about it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? So take a breath, get back to the grind. There's people out there who really like Dr. I like Dr. Disrespect. He's funny. He's got almost as good a moustache as me. Now he's got his WORDLE, he can get his groove on. But that's it for today's video. We're going to let Doc do his thing and entertain everybody. So check out the next video. See you next time. That's crazy. It's just so crazy that they're allowed to do that. It's just unbelievable.